Hey, what's up everyone, it's Gamers with Reason. Sorry I haven't made a video for a long time. There's a few reasons for that. Number one, just recently my camera just started having some flickering problems. So I try to capture it with Sony Vegas. I went into some advanced settings, configured it. This is the highest resolution I can get with exceptional frames per second, because before it was very laggy. You know, it's only getting like 10 frames per second. Now it's getting 20. 20 is good enough, you know. Usually 30 is what you aim for, but it's good enough right now without having to record in too low of a resolution. But the other reason is because I'm moving, and the other reason is because our internet got turned off because it's going to cost a lot of money for down payment. Getting a place that's in a specific area that we're wanting to go for, and enough room for animals, and just a few other things. But those are reasons I've been online for a while. So let's get started on this video. What this video is going to be about, in case you didn't know, the next two consoles, you know, the new PlayStation and Xbox coming out. When you buy a game for it, if you want to play it, you're going to probably have to buy it new. Because what they're wanting to do is make it to where when you buy a game, when you go online, what it'll do is it'll register it to your account. I'm not sure about offline, but online it will. So if you buy a game used, what you'll have to do is you'll have to spend like 10 to 20 bucks. Hopefully not 20 bucks, but 10, maybe $15 to pay for something, so then you can register it to your account. And the reason they're doing this is because they're really upset with how GameStop's making a lot of money off their games and how they're losing a lot of money. And in a few ways it's kind of ridiculous, in some ways it's understandable, but still you gotta remember that all other pieces of media are sold used as well. Movies, music, books, they're all sold used. So why shouldn't video games? You know, they're the only side of the argument that really makes sense of why is because there's software involved. And software is usually not resellable, like Sony Vegas, Adobe After Effects, Adobe Photoshop, and other pieces of software. They're not resellable usually, at least not legally. And that's the only real reason, but that's only like 25%, you know, since a game is like the combination of all of them, you know, story, music, it has music and playing, and it has people that do the acting for the motion and everything, as if it was a movie and everything. So, I mean, really, it's not enough reason for some people, but for them, as we know, it's greed. But I'm hoping that what they'll do on the next console coming out is kind of leave it like the Xbox 360, where you could just put your profile on a flash drive, plug it into your friend's system if you go to his house or something, and then you just you sign into your account, and then you get instant access to all your data, you know, everything you've downloaded, and you could just re-download onto a system. And hopefully when the next console comes out, on the current Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 doesn't got this, but you have access to the cloud. It's online storage, so then you could put some important stuff on there, so then when you go to a friend's house, it'll be, when you sign in, it'll be you could choose that as your memory source, you know, whether it's hard drive or memory unit or something. You could choose the cloud, and everything on there you could access easily. Hopefully they'll expand it on the next console coming out, so then there'll be enough room, so then you could put more things on it, like map packs and everything, because if you could put all the map packs and everything on the online storage, that'll be easy. So then when you go to your friend's house, just instant access to everything. You don't have to download a bunch of stuff onto a system or anything, and you can just get online, you know, as if, you know, you were at your house, you know, kind of like right now you can do that, except the online storage thing. So hopefully they do that, and if they do have the system come with a flash drive for that, then hopefully it won't make the price go up, because we all know when consoles come out, they are expensive, and we don't want to spend any more money than we already have. So hopefully they won't make the price go up. But if they do, then hopefully not by much. But there is some good news about the next consoles coming out. I'm not sure if it really has when they're going to start it, so I don't know if it's going to affect the current consoles like PS3 and Xbox 360. But in case you don't know what you haven't heard, there's a new engine that's came out for like video games, you know, the Unreal Engine 4, and it has wowed a lot of people. It's had a lot of surprises, mainly one. But anyways, the Unreal Engine, at least Unreal Engine 3, has been used on a lot of games. Unreal tournament games, not Call of Duty, Gears of War, and Borderlands, and a bunch of other really huge titles. So Unreal Engine 4 is their newest engine, and the main thing they did to it that's going to really help a lot of game design companies save time and make games faster and actually make them longer, because it's going to help them save time, which gives them more time to spend on the story. And the things are what they did is they made it to where when you're making games, it'll automatically handle the lighting and shadows itself. So they're probably going to make it really easy. So if you want to slightly change it yourself, then you won't have to change too much. And I've done some video game designing, and I gotta say, lighting and shadows are some of the biggest time consumers, because you gotta figure out a lot of things, such as all the objects and everything, which one, all of them and their little shadows, how far distance it goes, based off of the ratio or the size of the object itself, and just everything, things get in each other's ways, how their shadows cross each other or something, what direction they go in, depending on the direction the sun or the light source is coming from, and how bright it makes it. So then if you want the shadow to be kind of light, or if you want the shadow to be really dark, and also, there's just a lot of things you gotta really figure out when you do that. And this is gonna help companies, at least the ones using Unreal Engine 4, save a lot of time and make your games longer. So as a consumer, I'm gonna be very happy when I get a game that's made from the Unreal Engine, using the Unreal Engine 4, because I'll know that the game will definitely be longer than it would have been if it would have used another engine. And this is going to be create a lot of competition between the other companies and their engines, because they're going to realize, like, oh crap, they're going to be able to make their games nearly twice as long. So if you, let's just say Gears of War, I know it's a pretty dang long game, but let's just say it's 9 hours long. This is going to make it go to like 16 or 18 hours long. I mean, it's definitely going to make a huge impact, So that's some definitely good news. And the other thing I was going to say was, from what I've heard, they're not going to be doing this, but if they did, I'm going to tell you what would be the huge, great benefits of it. On the next console coming out, there were some information released on some websites that had some information on the next console coming out, and it seemed very true. There are so many pages, there's like 54, 55 pages about it and everything, describing everything about it, but people didn't think it was true at first, but then after it, a lot of it did make sense. But then, after a while, they started bringing out their lawyers, getting it taken down from all the websites, so I'm thinking it's true. But it looks like they're not going to be using such a high-end graphics card, of course. I think it's going to be either the 400 or 500 series. Luckily, 500, but probably 400 series of NVIDIA graphics cards. If not, then some of the mid-range, a little bit lower range graphics cards from maybe AMD. But if they were to use the 600 series, it would help in a lot of ways. The 600 series of NVIDIA graphics cards, some of the main differences that they made is made to where anti-aliasing makes only 20% as much impact on performance as it did before. And anti-aliasing, in case you don't know what it is, it's like when you look at grass or a little thin wire, thin pole from a distance, it kind of looks ziggy, or just like a bunch of little squares. It just looks kind of blurry, or just fade, like you can barely see it, and anti-aliasing makes it perfectly sharp and smooth, have really nice edges to make it much more realistic. Like if you look at grass, you'll be able to see everything. It makes quite a difference on visuals. It makes it look really good. But the main thing about it is that it makes a huge difference on performance. You could go from having like a little bit more than 60 frames per second on a game to having like barely 30 or something, or only around like 20 something. You're gonna have to lower some settings probably. But with their new 600 series, it only makes 20% as much of a difference on performance as it did before, so it's gonna help a lot. So for them to do that, for the next console, that would be a huge benefit. It would make help in a way make the system last more years than the Xbox 360 or PS3 has. And the other thing is that the energy efficiency, you get 2 times more performance for each wattage. Let's just say you have your system in standby mode or sleep, or just not even using it, just sitting there, not doing anything. It will be using around 80. Most graphics cards, high-end graphics cards, would be using around 150 watts and more. but mostly around 150, 155, maybe 162. But the 600 series of graphics cards by NVIDIA will only use around 85 or 81. And I gotta say, that is a huge difference. That's nearly half as much power. So for getting the same amount of performance and everything, you're using a lot less power. So I gotta say, that's a huge difference. And the other difference that it makes is that it's gonna make it to where it could run much cooler. And simply speaking, if they were to use it on the console, another reason it would be good is because since it would be running so much cooler, they would be able to make it more silent, because they could be like, okay, so we'll make it run as cool as the other graphics card would, but much more silent. Because most console owners are not going to want to have a really loud system. Some PC users don't care. You know, I kind of do. I like having a pretty silent system, you know, because it's really annoying in my videos. But other than that, I gotta say, that would definitely be something very useful for the next console coming out. So, that's the news for today. I'm going to try to upload as many videos as possible. It's going to be a little bit hard without internet, but with YouTube's new schedule option, if it's what I think it is, it looks like you could put videos, upload them, and what it'll do is it'll put it on YouTube for a specific date and time. So if you're on vacation, it's perfect. And for me, I'm just going to upload them all at once when I go to my friend's house, use his internet, and I'll upload a video for Monday. Or no, well, now it's Tuesday. Kind of sucks. Well, actually, it'll be for next week. So it'll be Monday, Wednesday, and then Friday. Because those are the days I'm going to be doing my show, or YouTube channel, whatever you want to call it. So thanks again for watching this video. See you guys in the next video, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.